In this lesson, Reading Works of Art, we will look at some very beautiful paintings and try to understand what goes through the mind of a painter or artist while he or she composes a work of art. Syed Haider Raza, or popularly known as Raza, was a very renowned or famous Indian artist. If you look at his paintings, you will see that he has used simple geometric shapes like the square, circle, lines, triangles. Okay, so he used these kind of geometric shapes to create something very attractive. His color combinations, you look at his painting, the colors look brightly at you, very attractive. Combined, two colors combined very well. Let's look at the various use of colors he has used here. Captivating compositions. Captivating means capable of holding your interest, or it attracts you. And a composition is something that an artist makes. Using so many things, he finally, when he makes a painting, that is his composition. So Syed Raza had very attractive paintings. The main colors he used were blue and orange, as is evident here. Now, he had an abstract style, meaning that an abstract thing is only something that exists as an idea. It is not physically present. So Raza didn't look at a landscape or a scenery, or the sunset, sunrise, or the moon at night, or he didn't look at any objects or a human being and then paint. These ideas came when he peeped or looked into his own mind, and then he brought it out and made it into a composition on a canvas. He used the arrangement of various geometric figures very well. Then he had effective painting techniques. A technique is a skill in doing something. So he used so many different color combinations, different sort of paints, and it was very effective. Now, Raza achieved balance sometimes in his paintings, and sometimes he created an imbalance. Now, that is what you do with abstract art. There is no particular style. Whatever you feel that, in this picture, in this painting, you can see that he has used square and the diamond shape regularly. So there is some balance here. But some type of abstract art, it creates an imbalance. Okay, you don't know what that the artist is trying to say. Syed Haider Raza began his paintings because he studied Indian art, its heritage, culture and philosophy. Painting is a visible form of deep thought. Very few abstract paintings communicate with viewers like Raza's paintings do. Now, Raza didn't only get figures in his mind, he studied Indian art. He studied its heritage, how far long ago Indian art, the culture of Indian art, what is the meaning of different art forms. So he did a lot of study on that, and then he started painting. Because painting is not something that you just put your paintbrush to and start. It is a very deep form of thought. Only after the painter keeps on thinking continuously about some topic, then only he will put it on a canvas. And I told you, Raza didn't paint human beings or he didn't paint landscapes. He had abstract paintings. But his paintings communicated or talked to the people who were looking at his paintings, because he had such beautiful paintings that when someone looked at them, they felt that they understood what he was painting in all those geometric figures that he put together. They got some message out of it. Now, let us see a fact file of Raza. Born in a village in Madhya Pradesh, he began painting at an early age of 12. He studied art first at Chitrakala Mahavidyalaya in Nagpur, then at a very famous JJ School of Art in Mumbai, and then went on to France to study art further. He lived in France for a while, and his wife was French. He got many international awards, and all three national awards, the highest national awards, the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan. This great artist, or famous artist, passed away on the 23rd of July 2016 at the ripe old age of 94. Now, Raza's paintings explored a spiritual metaphysical path. The Bindu, or the point, became the core of his paintings. Now you have seen this Bindu, a circle, You've seen it very often in the culture and tradition of India. Now the paintings, Raza's paintings explored or went into a very holy path, spiritual, leading to God, or a metaphysical path. Yeah, you can see here how the Bindu became the focus of his painting. Sometimes an artist's thought appears too complicated when expressed in words. For Raza, the effective medium of communication was his work, his paintings. He had great creativity and his paintings were very impressive. Now sometimes, when we talk to artists, they are talking something which we don't understand because they are well into their art form. But for Raza, he didn't talk much. He didn't speak. His communication was his work. He spoke through his paintings. And he was very, very creative, as you can see with this painting, how he has arranged these geometric figures to mean something. And he had very, very impressive paintings. Now, metaphysical meaning, a branch of philosophy which examines the nature of reality, the relationship between mind and matter, and between potentiality and actuality, meaning it is something that is a combination of abstract plus matter which we can actually see. It is something which is a combination between what can happen and what actually can happen, very deep thought into art. So that is Raza, he explored or he went into this spiritual or godly and metaphysical path in his paintings. Now, a quote from Raza: "My work is my own inner experience and involvement with the mysteries of nature and form, which is expressed in color, line, space and light." So he's telling us that his work is his experience, how he was involved with nature, different forms which he puts in color, line, in how he spaced it out and how he has used light in his paintings. Look at this painting here, just circles, but if you look at it, you will see the lighting of the different circles. Yeah, the colors how he has used, and you can make your own reading from this picture or painting. His legacy was sensitive paintings that depict ordinary compositions. Now, a legacy is something that a person, or mostly a famous person, leaves behind. After he passes away, we still have his paintings that show extraordinary kind of art form. So that is the legacy he has left behind. Some vocabulary words. A composition is creative work. Radiate meaning to emit or give out. A legacy is part of a person that lives on after he is gone. Heritage means belonging to the culture of that place. Abstract, existing as an idea or a feeling, but it is not an object, not something that we can touch. And technique is a skillful way of doing something. We now move on to a different art form called Gond art. Now, this is a tribal art, and tribal meaning a group of people having the same occupation, having the same interest, the same culture. This art was developed and preserved by tribals from Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, that is central India. From their tales and mythology, we know that the Gonds have lived in India for thousands of years before any other inhabitants. So they lived in India many years ago, thousands of years ago. And we come to know that because of their tales or stories and the mythology. That is the story of their heroes and all their stories which the people over the years have told about the Gonds. Gondi language is similar to Telugu, a Dravidian language. Now the Dravids were a group of people who lived or came from Central Asia into India much before the Aryans, and they settled in India. So their language is called the Gondi language, similar to the South Indian language called Telugu. Now Gond art spread mainly in Central India, that is these states, the Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, etc. Now, initially, people used to draw on the earthen walls of their houses. So they didn't have canvases. So they used the walls of their houses, earthen walls. Now, earthen walls are walls made up of soil and clay mixed together. You know, we have the pot or madka which we use to keep water in, the diyas which we use for Diwali, those are earthen. Gond art, like any other folk art, involves natural techniques of preparing colors and the use of various mediums. Meaning, first of all, that Gond art is a folk art. Folk meaning people. So the art made by the people of that place, and it involves natural techniques of preparing colors. So they use very natural things and they make colors in a very natural form, not artificial. Okay? And they use various mediums. Now the mediums of painting could be watercolors, acrylic paints, oil paints, coal, those are called mediums. These techniques are transferred from generation to generation. That is why, though the Gondis lived, so many years ago, thousands of years ago, because they transferred these techniques or these skills from generation to generation, we are still, very fortunate to be watching and to be, loving this kind of art. Creating folk art is an enriching experience as it involves preparing the canvas yourself. So the canvas is prepared by the people themselves, and therefore when you make something, how you feel so good when it turns out good. It is an enriching experience. In the past, things such as soils of different shades, juice of plants, leaves, tree bark, flowers, fruits, coal, and even cow dung were used to prepare colors. So the Gonds in those days, they used soils, red, brown, dark brown, black soil, the juice of various plants, leaves, the bark of trees, different colored fruits, flowers, coal, and some of them even used cow dung to make their colors. So they were all natural colors and were used year after year, and this lent a very simple look to Gond art. So simple but very attractive. This art very easily conveys deep thought. Now I look at it, I'm just looking at this picture, but then I see why are two birds looking up and why are two birds looking down, and then from there I just try to think of something and try to understand what the artist is trying to tell me. In Gond art, the outlines may differ a little from artist to artist, but the designs that fill it make the picture lively and attractive. For example, look at the outline here of the sun. There's a circle here and you find the rays of the sunlight here. Now each ray of light has a different design within it. So many little things used to make those designs. Even the circle which forms the basis of the sun. It is only a circle, but within it, look at the different designs there. So that is what makes this kind of art very, very lively and attractive. Designs include simple textures using dots, straight lines, dotted lines, curvy shapes and circles. And the textures may be the rough textures, when we feel something and we say it is smooth or rough, that is called a texture. Colors are chosen very carefully to make the picture amazing and beautiful, as you can see with all the paintings that I have shown you up to now. Very beautiful painting. With commercialization today, many men have taken up Gond art to earn money. So the art which has come down from so many generations, today people have taken it up and they are selling their paintings. But the roots of folk art, they lie in the women's daily chores like cleaning, decorating the house, dealing with natural colors while cooking, and in their leisure time activities. That means they are saying that even though today Gond art has become very famous and people are earning money, they have commercialized this art, but the art started with women doing their daily chores or their household duties like cleaning, decorating the house, cooking. They when sometimes you say the food doesn't look very good because the color is not proper. Okay, so even in India we use so many different kind of spices to add color to food, and then we women have so many leisure time activities they do in their free time like rangoli, mehndi, basket weaving, and look at the beautiful colors, the mix and match. So they say that Gond art probably came from the leisure time activities or the fun time activities that the women were carrying out when they were free. Some vocabulary words. Mythology, a collection of stories or tales related to a certain culture. Texture means the quality of the surface, whether it is rough or smooth. Commercialization meaning doing something to gain finance. A medium is a material used by an artist, example, pastels, coal, etc. Folk art, art belonging to a certain people or certain culture. Leisure, free time for doing enjoyable things. And chores, meaning routine household tasks. These three pictures combined, this is an idea of Indian art. And if you look at it, it's not only Syed Haider Raza or Gond art. Indian art is a beautiful combination of pictures, storytelling, and attractive, vibrant colors.